Welcome, like and share the program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to anyone that is close to you. We must continue to do what we have to do to make sure our voice is heard. Like and share to other platforms.
Yeah. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by people who want to
Yes, he
after
will
I
save
we have
you.
come
Yes, he will
we have come to
save
know freedom.
Yes, he will save
You are the
He will come and get you. Yeah, yeah. He will save Yes, he will save Yes, he will save He will come and get you. Yeah, yeah. Yes, he will save Yes, he will save Yes, he will save He's come and get you. Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us wherever you are joining. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program this morning. I thank you so much for joining. We are appearing at a very different level. So, like and share to all platform, like and share to family and friends, share to those who are close to you. We must continue to preach the gospel no matter how difficult it is. We must continue to speak. Thank you so much for joining wherever you are joining from any part of the world. I thank you for your patience, for being there. And we have come once again, as we always do in this platform. You know what we do? What we do is to propagate the gospel of Biafra, to say things the way they are, regardless how people think about it, what people think about it. We continue to express our views and we continue to say the truth and nothing but the truth, no matter how they try to sweep the truth under the carpet, no matter how they try to change the narrative, no matter how they try to make you believe things that are unbelievable, we will continue to speak. So this morning we have come to do what we know how to do best and what we have been doing for a very long time, to preach the gospel of freedom. And remember, in this platform, we do not come here to promote any form of violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individual. We don't come here for any form of propaganda or blackmail. The only thing we do here is to encourage Biafrans, and also to encourage everyone that is fighting for freedom to hold on to their quest for freedom. Do not be discouraged. Do not be confused. And don't allow anybody to deviate you from the cause. It is a just cause. You have the right to fight for your freedom at any given point in time. You have the right to demand for that, which is your right. That is what we are doing. No matter the obstacles we are seeing these days, we are seeing attacks that is coming from all angles. It's kind of as if we are being overwhelmed with what is actually happening today. But regardless how difficult it is, we will continue to push forward and we will continue to speak our mind at every given point in time. So wherever you are watching from, I urge you to pay attention and listen to what we have to say. More especially in the present situation in the contraption called Nigeria. Today you can see there is unstoppable crisis in the zoological republic called Nigeria. They continue to pretend about it. They continue to pretend it's not happening. But we will not allow that their pretense to stand. The more they continue to pretend, the more we expose their evil, the more we expose all the atrocities they are committing, the more we expose all the strategies and some dubious things they are putting on the line. We will try to expose it. Today, the topic we are discussing says unstoppable crisis. Why Nigeria can no longer hold together. Why Nigeria can never hold together. Unstoppable crisis. Why Nigeria can no longer hold together. Nigeria will never ever hold together. It doesn't matter what anybody says, how you feel, or what you think. This is a fact that we have to embrace and accept it. Sometimes it is very difficult to accept, sometimes it is very difficult to take that it is happening, but there is nothing you can do about it. It is happening, and that is the truth. So, no matter how you feel about it, no matter what you think, you have to know that the crisis in Nigeria today is not going to stop today. Stop today. It's not going to stop tomorrow. It's not going to stop next tomorrow. As you have seen, every day the crisis is increasing. Every single day, the attack is increasing. Attack on the indigenous people. In as much as the Biafran people are the ones who are very loud on social media, it doesn't mean that they are the ones who are most affected. There are still other regions that are very much affected. There are some other people that are so much affected. So it is not just about the Biafran people. There are so many other people, other regions, other tribes, other religions that are being affected also. But I bet you, if you don't fight for your freedom, nobody's going to fight for you. If you don't fight, nobody's going to put up the fight for you. You need to fight for your freedom and set yourself free. And that is what the Biafran people are doing today, fighting for their freedom. That's what they're doing, fighting for our freedom. So it is left for you to fight for yours. If you decide not to fight for your freedom, please allow those who want to fight for their freedom to fight for their own freedom. Nobody's going to force you to put up a fight for your freedom. If you decide to sell your freedom for a pot of porridge, it is up to you. It is your right. Go ahead, do whatever you want to do, but at the same time, allow those who has made their choice to fight for their freedom to go ahead and fight for what they believe. Allow them to go ahead and fight for what they believe. And those of you who feel that it is not right to fight, it is not right to put up a fight for freedom, you are also entitled to your own opinion. You can continue to relax on your enslavement, be comfortable in it, but don't stop others or stand on the way of others to do what they have to do. Don't stand on the way of others. Allow those who have made up their mind to fight for themselves to go ahead and fight for their freedom. That is all we are asking for. People should be able to express themselves at any given point in time. And today, on this topic that I have chosen to discuss, we are going to try to do justice to it. And most importantly, before going to that, there is something that is going on today. There is something that is going on today. The Nigerian government have devised another means on how to fight the battle against the freedom of Biafra. They have devised another means, and that means they have decided is to use us against us. They are now using us against us. So as they are using us against us, you must not allow yourself to be used or confused. Don't allow yourself to be used or confused. I use this word because of the things that are happening today. If you go to social media network, you can see that the people today that are championing the attack on the freedom of the Biafran people, or people championing the attack on leaders of this struggle, are Biafrans themselves. You go to social media today, the people who are confronting Mazen Nandekano today, calling him different kinds of names, are only the Biafran people, the Igbos alone. Every other tribe in Nigeria is confessing that Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our school leader, is fighting a just cause. Everybody is saying he's fighting a just cause. The only people today that are fighting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are his own brothers, his own sisters, fellow Igbos, fellow Biafrans. Go and check on social media. It is very difficult for you to go on social media today and you see somebody from other tribe fighting Mazen Nandekano. It is rare. But the majority of people today that have taken it upon themselves as a duty to destroy his image, to bring him down, are fellow Biafrans. Igbos, most especially, Igbo people, more especially. Igbo people, more especially. But that doesn't mean that Igbos do not support Mazen Nandekano. I bet you 99% of Igbos still support Mazen Nandekano till tomorrow. But because of the support Mazen Nandekano enjoys today, Nigerian government have decided to recruit people that belongs to his own group to destroy his image. You can imagine in this terrible time, that Mazen Nandekano is in the hand of the enemies. In a very terrible time, that Mazen Nandekano is facing the greatest challenge of his life. That is the time you feel, it is the time you confront him with lies, with blackmail, with propaganda. And ask me, what has Mazen Nandekano done to them? Nothing. Nothing. The only thing he did was that he does not want any corrupt idea to come close to him. He does not support false information. He doesn't support fraud. He doesn't support intimidation. He doesn't support lies or blackmail. That is the only crime he has committed. And today, those blackmailing machines have turned themselves against Mazen Nandekano. And the most painful thing is that at the same time, they are claiming to be Biafrans. They are claiming to be fighting for freedom. How can you be claiming to be fighting for freedom and the symbol of freedom is what you are targeting to destroy? How can you claim you are fighting for freedom, but all your strength is channeled on destroying the symbol of freedom? It is sad. Very, very sad. But no matter how difficult it is, every single one of us will have a duty to continue to give Mazen Nandekano the support we can give. At the same time, Mazen Simon Ekpa, who has committed everything to this very struggle. Mazen Simon Ekpa committed everything, gave up a beautiful and wonderful career that he has. The dream of so many of us. He has achieved it and he gave it out in a platter of gold for freedom. It is the same people that he loved, the same Igbo people who he was fighting for. They were the people that came after him. And today we see them confessing everywhere. We are seeing confession right, left, and center. People are confessing. Oh, when he was here, he was right. Oh, they told us to fight him. We joined them to fight him. We never intended to fight him. He was right. He was doing the right thing. He was a member of IPOB. The same people that denied that Mazi Simon Ekpa was never a member of IPOB, today they are confessing that yes, he was a member of IPOB. The same people who have said he did not take an oath, they are confessing. The same people who said he's not doing it right, who called him different kinds of names, finally today they are confessing. Some of them claim they were deceived. They were pushed into doing what they are doing. Well, this is not time for regret. It is time to continue to fight on and put on your armors for the battle. This is time to remain focused. Don't allow anybody to drag you into the mud. The truth is very easy to see. The only reason why most of us don't see the truth is because we have occupied our heart and mind with lies. We have occupied our heart and mind with hatred. When you occupy your heart and mind with hatred and lies, it will be very difficult for you to put one or two together. Very difficult. When you occupy your heart and mind with lies, it will be very difficult for you to put one or two together. That is why I have always advocated that we should keep our heart and mind open. Open for questions, open for advice, open for interrogation, open for ideas. Until you do that, you cannot be able to see the truth. So on today's topic, I welcome everyone that have joined us. It is mainly on Nigerian systemic failure, ethnic divisions, revisiting the Zoological Republic amalgamation. Wonderful people of the world that are listening, wherever you are listening from, fellow Biafrans, freedom fighters across the world, we are here to do what we know how to do best. I'm not here for any sweet thoughts or sweet words. I'm here for the truth and only for the truth. Whenever you see me on my camera and here, it is to bring out the truth and nothing else. Because a nation that refuses to confront its truth is a nation digging its own grave. Any nation that refuses to accept or confront its own truth is a nation digging its own grave. It doesn't matter how you pretend. It doesn't matter what you do. Until you confront the truth, if you refuse to confront the reality, the truth, and continue to pretend all is well, when you know that all is not well, you are deceiving yourself. And the worst thing any man can do is to deceive him or herself. That is the worst any man or woman can do, to deceive yourself. Nigeria is standing on a dangerous edge. The contraption called Nigeria is standing on a very dangerous edge. Many people have said it in the past. Many have predicted where we are today. Many have spoken of it. And people never took it serious. But I bet you, it doesn't change anything. The truth must be said. We must be heard. And we will continue to speak. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, we will continue to speak. Nigeria is standing on a dangerous edge, a ticking time bomb, a country held together, not by unity, but by force, by fear, by fragile silence. That is the situation of Nigeria. The contraption called Nigeria is not held together by unity. It is held together by force, whether you like it or not. Look at what is happening. People are just forcing themselves to identify with the Zoological Republic, forcing themselves to survive. People are living in fear. People are living in fear. Those who are so scared cannot even utter a word. Silence. Very deadly silence. And the question we must ask is simple. Was Nigeria ever meant to be one? That is the one question that everybody should be asking, including people of the world, wherever you are. When you look at what is happening in Nigeria, ask yourself, was Nigeria ever meant to be one? You can imagine in a country where you will lose your life simply because of your belief. You will lose your life simply because of your tribe. You become an endangered species in your own home. You go to sleep, you're not sure you're going to wake up the next day. Look at what happened in Plateau State. And the most dangerous one is that the government is complicity in all this. They are doing absolutely nothing to help the citizens. And the question we must ask is simple. Was Nigeria ever meant to be one? Or was it mistake from the very beginning? The answer is there for you. From everything that happened from that amalgamation to independence and today, it was a very big mistake to bring people that have different value system and force them to be together. A very big mistake. These are people that have different value system. They have nothing in common. They have no business being together. And they were forced to be together. Today, look at what it has resulted to. And as it stands today, the entire nation is crying for help. The self-determination is not only a cry for Biafran people. The Yorubas are crying for self-determination. Forget about the fact that they have the president. Look at Kwara State. Go and tell somebody from Kwara that Yorubas are in charge of Nigeria and hear what he will tell you. Go and tell somebody from Kwara State that they have a president from Yoruba land. Nigeria is a very big mistake. A very big mistake that if you don't correct it now, I don't know when it's going to be corrected. Let us go back to history. In amalgamation of Nigeria in 1914, diverse nations, different cultures, religion, and identity were forced together by colonial powers. This is how Nigeria came to existence. It was not as a result of an agreement. It was not as a result of plebiscite. It was not as a result of any form of official arrangement. It was just some white men from somewhere came together and say, you, from today, you are Nigeria. And people get the answer. For their own selfish interests, not for the interest of the people. Not for security, not for growth, not for anything that has to do with the indigenous people, but for control and economic interest. I don't know why people seem to forget that. And that is why today, Nigeria continues to run on that same pattern. Control and economic interest. Control and no matter who you put as a president, the first thing the president is going to do is to get the control. Control everything. Control the media, control the armed forces, control the narrative, control everything, including your economy. And then allow the West to exploit your economy, your resources, any way they want. In amalgamation of 1914, diverse nations, different cultures, religion, and identity were forced together by colonial powers. Not for unity, not for peace, but for administrative convenience and economic exploitation. There was no referendum. There was no consent. There was no negotiation whatsoever. Just a decision imposed on millions of people. And today, over 100 years later, we are still living with the consequence of that forced marriage. Over 100 years, we are still living with the consequence of that forced marriage. And the most painful thing that nobody wants to do anything about it. There is no plan to change the status quo. There is no plan to alleviate the poverty of the people. There is no plan to make sure that things change. That is the most painful thing in all of this. There's no plan whatsoever. Not a plan to secure the people, life of the people, not a plan to secure their property, not a plan to secure their economy, and not a plan to let the people have their freedom to make decisions. Just a decision imposed on millions of people. Over 100 years today, we are still living with the consequence of that forced marriage. A marriage without love. A union without understanding. A system without balance. And yet, you see some people coming out to defend it with their blood. You see some people coming to defend the same thing that is enslaving them, the same thing that have put them under the condition they are today. You see people coming out to defend it. It is sad and heartbreaking that after 100 years, people are still coming out to defend their own enslavement. People are still coming out to defend the evil that was kept, that was meant to tie their hands. In 21st century, we are in 2026. It is the same story. A marriage without love. Yet the world is silent. They will tell you, accommodate them, accommodate each other, unity in diversity. One lie to the other. The same people will tell you that when a marriage is not working, you should quietly go for divorce. That it is not right to die in marriage. You don't die in marriage. When the marriage is not working, you have the right to divorce. The same people that preach that divorce in marriage will tell you that you must stay, accommodate them. They are your brothers. Up to the extent we have gotten to a stage where the military will be telling you that the terrorists are your brothers, that you must accept them. That is how bad it is. Some people do not know how bad the situation of the Zoological Republic is. You have gotten to a situation where the military themselves will tell you, manage them, stay with them. There is nothing you can do. They are your brothers. And people will be going about their business as if nothing happened. It is very sad. Very, very sad. A union without understanding. There is no single understanding in Nigeria. A Fulani man does not understand an Hausa man. An Hausa man doesn't understand a Yoruba man. A Yoruba man doesn't know how an Igbo man feels. An Igbo man doesn't know how other person feel. Everybody is on their own. Just as they are talking about the election today, go and check. When you interrogate people, it is about themselves. Majority of the people, it is about their tribe. They just want a Yoruba man to be there, even if they are being destroyed. They don't care. Look at Kwara State. Look at Kwara State. The same thing, even when the Fulani Janjaweed was in charge. When Buhari was there, Katsina State was burning. Katsina, which is his hometown, was under fire by the evil that they themselves brought. No problem. No, nothing you go. There's an adage that Igbo people say is not giving the monkey water with a cup that matters, but taking back that cup from the monkey, that is where the problem is. Giving the monkey water in a cup is not the problem, but taking the cup from the monkey, that is where the problem lies. They went and invited terrorists to help them remove Goodluck Jonathan Ebele. They succeeded, and Goodluck hands off. He didn't put up a fight. He said his presidency does not want the blood of anybody, and they took over. Now, the terrorists that they have fed has emboldened and become uncontrollable. Even the man that invited them could not be able to control them. The very man that brought the terrorists, Buhari, El-Rufai, and co., they could not be able to control them. They have emboldened themselves today that they have grown so big that they have partners in Asarok. The terrorists have succeeded in promoting and planting the vice president that you know today. Vice president sympathy to the terrorists is no longer something hidden. The national security advisor sympathy to the terrorists is not hidden. So when we speak about this issue, it will seem as if it's something we frame. It is not something frameable. The only thing that you need to do is to apply your common sense. Apply your common sense, make observation, and watch. You see every single thing we are saying the way it is playing out. Apply your common sense. That is the only thing you need. Once you apply your own common sense, you will see everything before you. Nobody needs to tell you. The national security advisor today is a terrorist sympathizer. When the bandits were arrested, he went to remove them and claimed that he was the one that gave them ammunition. Remember, when he told that they are forest guard, on most occasions they have come with arms. Even the attack that will happen in Plateau State this last Sunday, Palm Sunday, the attack on Palm Sunday, the military, we are still protecting them, protecting the terrorists. An eyewitness account said it, that when these terrorists came to attack, when they realized they were terrorists, they wanted to, the youth gather themselves and they want to reinforce. But what did the military do? The military stopped them and began to attack them. And there was nothing they could do. Because the military was attacking them, there's nothing they could do. You see, the most important thing that we are being vindicated in everything. That is why sometimes when I see people today, our fellow Biafrans, the Igbos more especially, open their platform, all they do is to attack Mazen Nandekano. I shed tears. Because every single thing that is happening today, if not for any other thing, if you can't like Mazen, like him for the fact that every single prediction he made has come to pass. That one alone is a point. If no matter whatever he has done, which I know he hasn't done anything, there's nothing he can tell you that Mazen can do. All the blackmail and propaganda they're pushing against him doesn't hold water. It doesn't hold water. Every accusation of God's Mazen Nandekano doesn't hold water. There is no evidence to it. But because of envy, jealousy, greed, and pride, some people have sold their conscience and sold their soul. I never believe on this earth that the same platform that Mazen Nandekano built, that somebody will sit on that hallowed platform and begin to abuse and accuse Mazen Nandekano falsely. When Mazen Simon Ekpa spoke about the evil of this Department of Sabotua, people didn't believe him. Some of you thought he was fighting for power. Some of you thought he was fighting for popularity. But Mazen Simon Ekpa have already, if he wanted to be popular, he has already gotten it. Is it wealth? He was doing excellently well in Finland. So it wasn't about money. It wasn't even about popularity. Because if he had wanted popularity, he has gotten the level to go in and join their politics. He has worked as a campaign manager for Nigerian president before in Finland, in Europe. So those opportunities were there, but he knew that there is nothing like freedom. After trying everything possible and saw that Nigeria is irredeemable, the only solution becomes self-determination so that people can be able to manage themselves. Because the diversity in Nigeria is a destructive one. There is no way an Hausa man will enter into a revolution with an Igbo man. No, it's not going to happen. It is very difficult for a Yoruba man to join an Igbo man and get into a revolution. It will not happen. Take, for example, what you have seen. NSAS, how did it end? How did NSAS end? End bad governance, how did it end? Look at the agitation. Yoruba had their own, led by Igbo. Mazen Nandekano was there. With all the cooperation, all the good work, all the acceptance, at the end of the day, what happened? Where are the Oduduwa people today? Where is the Sunday Igbo Oduduwa group? The only reason why they submitted, simply because they felt that their brother is in charge. Is that enough for you to sell your conscience? Even your brother is in charge. Look at Kwara State, bleeding. Look at Kwara State. Every single day there is an attack in Kwara, even though they are playing it down. Their media, which they are in charge of, cannot even report it. That is how bad it is. Nigerian media cannot even report what is happening in Kwara. That is how bad it is. Nigerian government media cannot report what is happening in Kwara. Just like what transpired in Plateau. Their news was saying 10 people. But from every indication, more than 30 people lost their life. But their media was reporting 10. The only solution remains ending this zoological republic. The systemic failure, it cannot be managed. Nigeria is in a terrible crisis. Nigeria is a failed state, captured and hijacked by the terrorists. If you like, take it. If you like, leave it. It is the truth, and we must say it. We must say it. We must say it and speak plainly. Nigeria is not just struggling. Nigeria has failed systematically. Nigeria has failed, systematically failed completely. Insecurity has become normal. People do no longer see insecurity as a problem. While lives are being lost, hundreds of people are dying every day. Yet people are going about their business. They don't care anymore. People don't care anymore. I saw a video where a tanker had an accident and cops were on the ground. The dead body of people were on the ground. The other group of people do not care. They were busy scrolling petrol. They were busy looking for what to get for themselves. That is how bad it is in Nigeria. They don't value human life anymore. An accident scene where people die, cops were on the ground. And the only thing the people standing by will do is to go and think of how to scoop the petrol. That is how bad it is. Insecurity has become normal in Nigeria. Economic hardship is crushing millions of lives. Economic hardship is crushing millions of lives. They don't even have it. They don't have a mouth to complain. They don't have a mouth to complain. That is why you see today they sell their birthright for some cups of rice. As little as 1 kilo of rice, they sell their conscience. One indomie, they sell their conscience. People are not left with any choice. The hardship is crushing millions every single day. The government has collapsed completely. What you are seeing in Nigeria is not a government. What you have in Nigeria is not a government. It's not. The primary duty of a government is to protect the life and property of its people. If you cannot offer any other thing, protection, protection is one thing that you don't need to gamble. Protection is one thing that you can't gamble. But in Nigeria, the people are not protected. The people are fighting for their life every day. People are fighting for survival every day. For how long are you going to put up that fight? For how long? It is not enough to put up that fight. It's the success of it is what matters. And the only way the country can survive, I mean, the indigenous people in that country can survive, is disintegration. The division is irreparable. The division in Nigeria is irreparable. The hatred of Nigerians among themselves, the hatred of Nigeria against Nigerians is irredeemable. That's nothing you can do. The only solution is to attend to Israel. Everybody go their separate ways and manage their life the way they deem fit. Are you talking about the justice system? Justice in the zoo is selective. Justice is selective, have always been selective. But today it has been more pronounced. You saw Erufai, who they were holding because of political whatever. Even though those crimes he was charged of, he committed them, and they know he committed them. But the only reason they hold him because he refused to join their group, and they detained him. Before you know it, they have released him. In the name that his mother died, he went to bury his mother. He was released. The same thing with Igbo. Igbo was allowed to come home and bury his mother. But tell me, why a Biafran will not get the same privilege? Mazin Nandekano, while he was exiled, lost his mother and his father. A king and a queen, and they were buried the same day. But he was never given the honor to say goodbye to his parents. Mazin Nandekano was never given that honor. The same privilege that was given to everybody in Nigeria. Even during his detention, they couldn't even give him the privilege to go and take medical treatment. Something as simple as taking a medical treatment to treat himself, they did not allow him. Selective justice. And when we speak, they say, oh, why are you talking about freedom? Why are you talking about Biafra? Why wouldn't I talk about Biafra? Why wouldn't I ask for exit from a system that have put in place to enslave me? Why wouldn't I talk about freedom from a system that the only duty that system has is to make sure that I'm being kept down? Why wouldn't I walk away from such system? Why? Just tell me why. No sensible person is born to be a slave. We are all freeborn, and we will fight for our freedom for as much as long as we can. No sensible person will sell his conscience for a pot of porridge. Leadership is disconnected from the people in Nigeria. Leadership is completely disconnected. Every politician is fighting for their own personal interests, just for them and their children. If they want to be good, they extend to their neighbors. They don't care about you. Every politician cares about himself and his immediate family. Not even extended family, their immediate family. Many of them don't even care about their extended families. If they don't care about their extended families, is it you they will care about? Is it you they will care about? They just want to be there, accumulate as much wealth as they can. Some of them, their children will not even work for the rest of their lives. They steal and steal and steal and steal the amount of money they cannot be able to finish. Even without working, they can't be able to finish the work. Meanwhile, in that same country, there are people who cannot afford a square meal. There are people who cannot train their children in school. There are people who don't have clothes on them. This is not accidental. The situation of the Zoological Republic is not accidental. I don't know why people are seeing it as something that happened by accident. Oh, why? No, it's not accidental. It's not accidental. This is what happens when a system is built on a faulty foundation. When you build a system on a faulty foundation, this is what you get. Insecurity, hardship, collapsing of the government, injustice. That is what you get when a system is built on faulty foundation. Nigeria was built on a faulty foundation, and there is nothing you can do on this planet Earth to make it work. It's not going to happen. You can keep wasting your resources, you can keep wasting your time, you can keep prolonging the doomsday. But I bet you that doomsday will come. Some of us, even while we were so young, we have been hearing Nigeria sitting on a keg of gunpowder. We have been hearing of Nigeria sitting on a keg of gunpowder. And today it is becoming much more clearer. The division is increasing. The hatred among Nigerians themselves, citizens, is unimaginable. And there is nothing. Go to social media. You see how different regions relate to themselves with each other. Go to social media. See how people relate with themselves, including those you call your leaders, including those who are in leadership. The way they speak about their neighbors, the way they speak about their fellow citizens, what they think about their fellow citizens. When you hear them, you pity Nigeria. And you agree with us that it was never meant to be together. It was never meant to be one nation because it was not. It was not. So if you are trying to force it to be, if you are trying to force it to be, you're only creating a problem that you yourself cannot be able to solve. You're creating a problem that you cannot solve, no matter how you try. It is sad. You cannot build unity on injustice. Sometimes you see them come out and say, "Oh, unity, you must promote unity." You must. How can you promote unity when there is huge injustice? Just tell me, explain to me, how can you promote unity when there is huge injustice? When there is injustice every single day, every single minute, every single hour, every second, there is huge injustice. Tell me, how can you promote unity in a situation where injustice is the order of the day? You cannot build peace on inequality. It is impossible. It is very impossible to build peace on inequality. Where you treat people differently according to their tribe, according to their religion, where you let some people know that they don't have rights to certain things, even though they are citizens, where you treat people as third class, and yet somebody will wake up and talk of peace. Where is that peace going to come from? You cannot build a nation where people feel like strangers in their own land. They have made we, the Biafrans, to feel like strangers in our land. The invasion of Biafran land is an inhuman treatment. They have created a humanitarian crisis in Biafran land. Human rights abuse. Go and look at what our people are facing in Biafran land. The whole entire area militarized. And they have now stepped it up, graduating by recruiting our own fellow Igbo people. That is the greatest one. Recruiting our fellow, it is our people today that are in the front line, taking down their brothers and sisters, gunning them down, enslaving them. Today they are transferring the militarization to people that speak the same language with you. This is what we have been running away from. This is what Mazi Nandekan was trying to avoid. The same thing Mazi Simon was trying to avoid. Dragging our people into this. He tried as much as possible to avoid it. That was why every time he gave an olive branch for everybody to come under one umbrella. Mazi Simon did everything humanly possible to make sure we don't go into infighting, internal fighting. He tried as much. Even when he was blackmailed, when they did so many things against him, put ransom on him, he never one day ordered for the head of anybody. He tried as much as possible to see that we avoid infighting. But what happened? What happened? Instead of our people learning their lesson, they went back. They continue to join the enemies. They continue to take up the responsibility. Today, it is the Biafrans against Biafra. Go to social, it is Biafra against Biafra today on social media. Go and check. More especially those that say that they call themselves the DOS. The only thing they are doing today, they have been able to employ the one that called herself Lolo Neka. Lolo Neka came into the picture in the name of fighting for Igbo cause. That is why I say there is no way you can fight effectively for Igbo cause, for Biafra, and you are in Nigerian territory and you went through Ashikobo, Ashi. You can't be trusted. There is nobody that can effectively be on ground and you are fighting Igbo cause. You are fighting for Biafra and you are outspoken. You can do it on the ground, but outspoken in the public, challenging the government, and they leave you. Something was wrong. Something was wrong. That is what we see in the case of Nneka. A woman went to Mazin Nandekano, and Mazin Nandekano told you to your face that these people you are bringing to me, some of them are compromised. You came out. Chukwu Okike Abiyama forced you to say that. After you said it, you begin to deny that you didn't say so. But we have the video. We recorded you when you said it. You begin to deny that, oh, you didn't say that. That was not what you said. But we have the video. You said it on a VOP station where they invited you. That Mazin Nandekano told you that some of them have compromised. When you came out, you went now and joined those people that they told you that are compromised. Those are the people you are supporting. The people that Mazin Nandekano told you that they are, that's one, and he said you are now attacking Mazin Nandekano because Mazin Nandekano cautioned you and told you he never gave you any right to go and speak, and made it clear that the only people that has the right to speak his mind or his word, deliver his message, are his lawyers. You got angry and you joined saboteurs. Today, the only thing Nneka is doing is to sabotage Mazin Nandekano. Everybody that Mazin Nandekano has sacked, everybody that Mazin Nandekano has distanced himself from, Lolo Nneka is bringing them close to herself. You know, when we talk, if she was doing it for reconciliation's sake, it's a different issue. But what she's doing, everyone that Mazin Nandekano has distanced himself from, she brings them close and she promotes them in the name of, I am giving them a platform to say their views. What is Ejiofor going to say today I have not said? What platform are you giving to Ejiofor? Ejiofor has been on this social media before you in the issue of Biafra. The Biafran people put him on spotlight. He has platform where he can explain themselves. So when you came, you say, let people come and hear the version. There is nothing Ejiofor will say today that he has not said in the past. And we have on the record. There is nothing Ejiofor will say today that he has not said before. So when you come, you bring Ejiofor and you say, others, this people have said their own. You want to give me a platform to say, who the hell are you to give Ejiofor a platform? Ejiofor had a platform before you. Mazin Nandekano gave me a platform, and Biafrans were listening to him. And we have had his part. We had everything. There is nothing he's going to say today that he didn't say before. Nothing. And every single betrayal he did, we know them. We followed all his betrayal one after the other. We followed every betrayal of Ejiofor. But today, those are the people Lord Nneka is aligning with. You go and check the one that called himself Chinasa Moru. These are the people that have Mazin Nandekano have distanced himself from. But this is the person that this woman is promoting with Chike Doziem. The very people that Mazin Nandekano have distanced himself from. Mazin Nandekano created the indigenous people of Biafra as the supreme leader. Whatever IPOB today is out of the sacrifice of Mazin Nandekano. It took him years. It took him years. You can say he's not only one. Acceptable. We, the Biafrans, every one of us was part of it. But he was the one steering the ship. And his sincerity and consistency played a very major role. You can't take it to the bank. The sincerity of Mazen Nandekana and his consistency played a major role to get us to where we are today. You can't beat it, no matter how you try. You can blackmail him, say anything you like, but I bet you can't beat his credibility. All these people you are promoting right, left, and center, they cannot come anywhere close. We know them. We have seen them. We heard their story, and we know their stories. What are they going to tell us? You cannot build a nation where people feel like strangers in their own land. So while all these things are happening, we will continue to speak. We will continue to talk. We will continue to call out evil when we see one. We cannot pretend, not even for a minute. We will never pretend, not even for a second. We will not. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, we will continue to confront the problem that is facing us. Now, let us address the elephant in the room. Unreconcilable ethnic differences in the Zoological Republic. The unreconcilable ethnic differences, that is the elephant in the room. There is nothing that will make the different ethnic groups reconcile. It's not possible. More especially the north, the southwest, the southeast, middle belt. These are naturally created countries by Chukwu Okike, and there's nothing you can do to mix them up. Nigeria is deeply divided. Nigeria is deeply divided along ethnic, religious lines. This is the fact. And instead of managing these differences, the system has weaponized them. People no longer see themselves as one nation. People in Nigeria don't see themselves as one nation. A Yoruba man doesn't see himself as the same person with an Igbo man. An Igbo man doesn't see himself as the same as an Hausa man. Likewise, other people. All thanks to what the British have done. They see themselves in that contraption as either Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa Fulani, minority group fighting for survival. This is how everybody see themselves in the contraption called Nigeria. It is either you are Igbo, or you are Yoruba, or the Hausa Fulani. Even the Hausa Fulani now are distancing themselves. You are either Fulani or you are Hausa. And some minorities. There is nothing like one Nigeria. And just like one video I played last time, when somebody was asking, why is it that Nigeria is particular about one Nigeria? Why do they must add that one? Why do they have to add that one? The only reason you hear that language, one Nigeria, is because they know that Nigeria is not one. Other countries that are one, that are built organic, you can't see them seeing one. You can't see person saying one Britain, one USA, one Russia, one China. No, you can't see that. You can't see that. The only reason that Nigeria is particular about one is because the country is not one, and they are forcing it to be one. They are forcing it to be one by fire, by force, which will never happen. They can continue to deceive themselves. It can never happen. And when identity becomes stronger than nationality, unity begins to collapse. When identity becomes stronger than nationality, unity collapses completely. That is why when I see people talk about unity of Nigeria, I laugh. When you see people preaching of unity, I laugh. You don't force unity. You don't force unity. In a country where identity has become stronger than nationality, there is nothing like nationality in Nigeria. Even the Fulanese are telling you that they are not just Nigerians. They are not Nigerians. They are just Fulanese. A governor said it. Governor of Bauchi State said it on national TV. Governor of Bauchi State said it on national TV that Fulanese are just Fulani. They are not just Nigerians. Wherever they are Fulanese and they are known. They should be accepted. They don't even care about that. The nationality. This is about their identity. And that is the major problem I see today. Fulanis care about their identity, not nationality. They don't care about nationality. The Fulani man doesn't care about nationality. It's about identity. And they're not hiding it. A governor said it on the national TV. Governor of Bauchi State. Said it on national TV. Former governor of Bauchi State. That identity becomes stronger. He said that they are just Fulanis. Anywhere you see them, you don't just call them Nigeria. They are Fulanis. And they identify with Fulanis all over the world. They don't care about nationality. And when you are dealing with such people, how can you talk about, how can you unite with such people? How can you unite with such people that you don't have the same identity with them? You don't have any connection with them, not the same religion, not the same value system. You are 1,000 miles apart. How do you form unity with such kind of individuals? Let's be honest tonight. Let's be honest. Wherever you are watching this video, I want us to be honest in this program today. Sincerely speaking, can people who do not trust each other truly build a nation together? I want every one of us in this program to answer this question. Answer this question on the comment section, yes or no. Can people who do not trust each other truly build a nation together? Yes or no? Give me your answer on the comment section. Can people who do not trust each other truly build a nation together? Yes or no? I want to see you type yes or no on the comment section. Type it. Type yes or no. It is a question that we need to answer sincerely. Don't pretend about it. Answer it from the bottom of your heart. Can people who do not trust each other truly build a nation together? Is it possible? Secondly, can forced unity bring peace? Can you force people to unite? Is it possible? Forced unity, can it bring peace? These questions we have to answer it genuinely for you to know why we will not stop. We will not stop asking for our self-determination. We will not stop. Can forced unity bring peace? The answer is no. Can forced unity bring peace? Or does it create silent resentment and waiting to explode? Forced unity creates silent resentment waiting to explode. You see why we will not stop, no matter how difficult it is. And they know that we won't stop. That is why they are attacking us in all our platforms. That is why they are sending different attacks on us. That is why we are facing so much challenges. The human cost is so much in that contraption called Nigeria. Lives at stake. What is happening in Nigeria is not just politics. The human cost is so much. Lives at stake. What is happening is not just politics. This is about human lives. It is about human lives. That is why we are crying. That is why we are shouting. That is why we are talking. It is about human lives. And we will never stop. Every day, people are displaced. Families are broken. Communities destroyed. Innocent lives are lost. Just like you saw in Plateau State last Sunday, being Palm Sunday. I saw a video of a mother. A mother was holding his son. After they have murdered the son, she refused to let go. She was still holding her son and crying, calling her son to come back. After they have taken the life of the woman was carrying the son with the blood on him. And I learned that that woman herself did not survive the shock. The woman died too. But I saw a video of that woman. That woman would have been your own mother. That woman would have been your sister. That woman would have been your wife. So many of you must have seen that video. If you are not touched when you see those videos, you are not human. If you continue to support the contraption called Nigeria existence after seeing that video, you are not human. Nobody cares about you, not the politicians, not the so-called government. They don't care. Every single day, people are displaced. Families are broken. Communities destroyed. Innocent lives are lost every single day. And some of you think it is a joke, it is fun, it is business as usual. It is not. But we must continue to speak. We must continue to hear our opinion. We must continue to give our voice. No matter what they do, no matter what they say. Chukwu Okike Abịama will fight for us. People are displaced. Families are broken. Communities destroyed completely. Innocent lives are lost. And yet, the system continues as if everything is normal. That is the most painful thing. The most painful thing is that in the midst of all this tragedy, when you go to their media, they are still operating as the country moves on as if it is normal. There is not even 1 minute silence for the dead. The only time you will hear them talk about 1 minute silence is when one of the criminals dies. One of the criminal politicians dies. Or somebody related to them. But in a country where thousands are displaced, families are broken, communities destroyed, innocent lives are lost, like you saw on Palm Sunday, you will never see them have 1 minute silence for them. Look at the idiot governor that came there. The governor was interested in telling them there will be no mass burial. And you know, the reason he doesn't want to have mass burial is to counter that feeling, that notion that there is Christian genocide. They don't want people to believe there is Christian genocide. That is why they don't want to accept. They don't want to accept. They don't want people to know that there is Christian genocide. That is the reason he's saying there will be no mass burial. It is not because he cares about anybody. It's not because he has feeling for any one of us. It's not because he's moved with what is happening. No, not at all. It is for their own propaganda to continue. In the midst of loss of life daily, thousands of lives are gone. Yet the system continues as if everything is normal. How many more must suffer before we admit the truth? How many more people must die before the world intervene? The United States have spoken out, but that is not enough. That is not enough. Even people from the United States who are NGO from US that are on the ground are crying, crying, crying out. Something should be done. But everybody said their hands are tight. The people are left on their own. So many people have cried and cried and lost tears with all the atrocities. The system continues as if everything is normal. How many more must suffer before we admit the truth? How many more people, how many more life do you want to go? How many more must die before we ask the hard question? Because silence is no longer neutral. Silence is dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Silence is dangerous. Very dangerous. The 1914 amalgamation must be revisited. 1914 must be revisited. And now comes the critical question. If the foundation is faulty, what do you do? If the foundation is faulty, what do you do? That's a question. The Bible asks similar question. That when the foundation is destroyed, what will the righteous do? When the foundation is faulty, what will the righteous do? The only thing to do is to revisit it. The only thing to do to a faulty foundation is to revisit it. You don't manage faulty foundation. You don't patch it. Foundation of a building, once it is faulty, you revisit it. And what do? You lay a new foundation. Because as long as the foundation is faulty, there is no edifice you will put on that foundation that will stand. Never. No matter how beautiful it is. Once the foundation is faulty, anything you put on that foundation will go down. It will go down. So, if foundation is faulty, what do? You revisit it. You re-examine it. You correct it. But is Nigeria ready to revisit the 1914 amalgamation? Is Nigeria ready to re-examine the 1914 amalgamation? Is Nigeria ready to correct the 1914 amalgamation? Revisiting 1914 does not mean chaos. It does not mean war. But most time when we speak about this, people take it to a different level. Either they say we are extremists, they say we are calling for war, we are calling for chaos. It is not. Revisiting 1914 does not mean chaos. It doesn't. It does not mean war either. It means sincere dialogue. It means sincere dialogue. It means truth, revealing the truth and nothing but the truth. It means giving people the right to decide their future. Giving people the right to decide their future. Because peace is not forced. Peace is not forced. Peace is negotiated. When you talk about peace, you need to sit down and negotiate peace. You don't force people into peace. You don't trick people into peace. You don't blackmail people into peace. You negotiate. You negotiate peace. A nation survives not by force, but by consent. Every nation survives not by force, but by consent. As it stands today, the contraption called Nigeria and its terrorist government have no consent of the people. And it is even worse that their mode of election doesn't guarantee consent of the people. Their election doesn't guarantee consent. Look at the election that is coming forth now. All they are doing is sharing money, buying people from different kinds of angles, forming one party system without the consent of the people. They are very interested in getting their fellow criminals, all the governors assembling in one party. All the governors assembling in one party for one purpose. They don't care about people. Even when they know that the people do not support whatever useless party they are joining, they don't care. They don't care about your consent. And that is how their selection happens. They don't elect, they select. And once they have selected, they get the approval from their daddy Britain. Because their daddy Britain have just approved Tinubu for 2027. Some of you don't know. That visit of Tinubu, state visit of Tinubu to UK is an approval for 2027. In case you don't know. Tinubu have bought his way for 2027. But some of you will continue to deceive yourself that you can do something, even when you know that the battle is over. There is no battle to fight, but you continue to deceive yourself. But we will continue to ask for our freedom. Total and absolute freedom from the zoo. That is all we want. When you ask possible pathway forward, I don't know if there will be any. But if there will be any, so what are the options? The possible way forward. The possible way forward that can at least be manageable for some time. The only possible way forward that we can see. Restructuring. True federalism, where regions control their destiny. I am telling you of things that can be put on the table, and maybe Biafrans will consider. Our leaders will look into it twice. Restructuring. Free, true federalism, where regions control their destiny. The same thing our eternal leader went to Aburi to sign. The same thing our eternal leader went to Aburi in Ghana to sign. Referendum. These are the only options on the table. Referendum. Let the people decide how they want to exist. Let the people by themselves decide through a referendum what they want. We are supposed to talk about dialogue, but dialogue in Nigeria, as you know, has failed, and we always fail because there is no sincerity. There's no sincerity. When fear and oppression is filled everywhere, how can you have a dialogue? There can never be any honest conversation in Nigeria. None whatsoever. You can never have a honest conversation in Nigeria. It is not possible. It is not possible. There must be reform, justice reform, equal treatment for all. There must be justice for everybody. There must be justice for everybody, equal treatment. There will be no sacred cow. But one thing is clear. Ignoring the problem is no longer an option. Ignoring the problem in the zoo is no longer an option. Pretending all is well is not an option. Silence by the West and everyone that matters is no longer an option. It is not. The time has come for proper action to be taken. And I have given my options to those in power, those who claim they are the one running that very British empire called Nigeria, those running that business for the British, those in power. History is watching you all. The world is watching you, and the people are watching you. You cannot continue to manage a crisis you refuse to solve. Leadership is not about content. Leadership is not about control. It's not about control. Leadership is about courage. You must have courage. Courage to do things, to move mountains, to take difficult decisions. Leadership is not about control, but about courage. The courage to face the truth. The courage to make difficult decisions. The courage to put lives above politics. That is what is needed. That is the courage that is desperately needed and needed now. Wherever you are watching this program from this moment, whether you are watching from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, from Africa, from Nigeria, from Biafra land, to the people watching now across the world, this conversation is not complete without you that is watching me. The discussion is not complete without you that is watching me out there. You are part of the conversation. Remember, you are part of the conversation. So as you are watching me out there, I want to ask you a question. Because it's important that the world see your answer. It is important that the world see our answers and know that it is not just us coming online to make noise. We are talking about reality on the ground. Should Nigeria remain as one? The question is, should Nigeria remain as one? Yes or no? Judging everything that has explained here, that everything that is obtainable by fact, not by fiction, not by propaganda, based on fact you know about Nigeria, should Nigeria remain as one? Give us your honest answer. Or is it time to revisit the foundation? Should Nigeria remain as one? Or is it time to revisit the foundation? We must continue to speak about these issues and talk about it. Meditate over it. Drop your opinion in the comment section right now. As you are watching, those who are watching now and those who watch later, should Nigeria remain as one? Or is it time to revisit the opinion in the comment section right now? Don't keep this message to yourself. Like the program, share it to everyone. Let the message spread. Let the message spread so that everyone will hear us and hear us clearly. Because change does not start from silence, it starts from voices. Change starts from voices, the way we are voicing out, speaking, and saying words, the way we are acting in our opinion. Very important. That is how change starts. Change starts from you, it starts from me. From our words, we don't have to be silent. From us speaking out, that is how change comes. That is how change comes. And we must continue to speak. We must continue to talk. We must continue to make revelations. We must continue to add our opinions. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, we will never give up. No matter the challenges, no matter the battles, it doesn't matter where they are coming from. It doesn't matter what they think about us. No matter what their propaganda and blackmail might be, we will never give up. Never ever give up. We will continue to pursue the cause of our freedom until we are free. Until we are free, we will never give up. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are listening from us, you are joining us on this program, I want you to remain strong and never give up. We must continue to put our hearts and mind together. We must continue to make sure that our voice is heard. We must continue to do the little best we can, anytime, any day. There is no sacrifice that is too much to be made in this journey. No sacrifice. So before we proceed, let us have a very short break. Then we will come back and we go on the last section of the program.
The language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this earth. I can say that from what I'm just listening to you, it is just not when my lawyer sent to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to pay myself. I told them that
One with God is majority. One man who went to the Chiga Oge Shubu, Kama, Inogo, Aganati, Asiru, Meduo, Aganati, Okumu, Aganati, Asiri, Yaga, Ifi, Men, Omo, Asiri. Oh, Thank you so much for your patience and hanging on with me for this very program. We've been here now for almost 2 hours, and very soon we are going to be rounding up on the program. Remember, what we do here is to propagate the gospel of Biafra. What we do here is to always speak our mind, regardless what anybody thinks, regardless what anybody feels. We make sure that we propagate the gospel of Biafra. In this platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We don't come here to speak against any tribe or religion, but all we do is to speak the truth on the situation in the zoological republic called Nigeria. So, as we are going forward in the last section of the program, I'm going to speak on some of the updates that is popping up from their conventional media. I'm going to be going into some of the latest news they have in their media and what is going on. Also, to update the world and to update my followers on the situation in the zoo. It is very important that we go through what is happening there, because if you don't pay attention to their media, you won't know how serious the issue is. So that is why, in every time after talking about our program, after speaking on Biafra issues and those that concern us directly, we go into global issues and information that are coming from their news. So that will also help people to understand what is going on, including the global crisis that is happening. We equally go into it so that people will be updated also. So the first one we have on the line here, it says President Trump reinstates plan to take Iran's oil, considers capturing Karg Island. So the Iranian war with the United States and Israel is still ongoing, and the US is planning on going ahead to take over their oil. And you know that oil has been one of the reasons they are doing what they are doing, sponsoring terrorism across the world, which we all know. It is not a propaganda, it is not a lie, it is a fact. It is a fact. And people can continue to deny it for one reason or the other. It will not change the situation. That's like the case of Biafra, that the government continue to deny. Instead of doing action, they will continue to deny. No Christian genocide, no genocide, nobody's dying. But we know the fact is there. The truth is there. But yet they continue to deny. So denial cannot remove the truth from being what it is. That is why sometimes when I see those news that are coming, propaganda coming against the United States and Israel, I don't pay attention to it, because I know the truth stands out. And at the end of the day, the truth will remain the truth. The second one says, man detained since April 2025 without trial, suffer health crisis as family accuses judge. That is the system in Nigeria, detaining people illegally. Detaining people. Remember when they detained Biafrans for 17 years? Biafrans that were detained for 17 years without trial, and they were released after 17 years without no compensation, without not even sorry. After 17 years, they were released without even sorry. You can imagine, for somebody to waste 17 years of his life in detention without any compensation. That is what Nigeria can offer. This one says, Foreign Affairs Minister Tuga resigned from Tinubu government to contest for 2027 Bauchi governorship. You see, this was the one that called himself Foreign Affairs Minister Tuga, the one that was going around talking against Christian genocide. Now he wants to come and contest as governor. He resigned to go and fight for Bauchi State. And you know Bauchi State, what the Bauchi State is run by the Janjaweeds, by the Fulanis. It was a Bauchi governor that came out and said that Fulanis are just Fulani wherever they are. They are part of the ones that promoted bringing Fulani from all parts of the world to settle in Nigeria. This man is it. That is when you see the kind of people that Tinubu have in his government, APC have in government, you will know that Nigeria is irredeemable. Nigeria is irredeemable. The people that are in charge of Nigeria are terrorists. A Canadian court said it and people thought it was a joke. It was not a joke. When the Canadian court said that all the political parties in Nigeria, leading political parties, especially that they are terrorist organizations, it was not a joke. APC and PDP, they are the same thing. Terrorist organizations. Look at him. Foreign minister is now coming to contest as governor. And of course, he will win because it is their party. That is why he's coming to come and settle there and steal as much as he can. Then bring more terrorists. That is what he will do. This one said, Niger Republic deports 800 Nigerian migrants to Kano, Lagos, Enugu, others. You can imagine. Niger, oh God. Niger is now deporting Nigerians. You can imagine Niger of all people. Niger deporting Nigerians. Huh. I don't know why these people are not ashamed of themselves. I don't know why somebody will still come out and claim I'm a Nigerian, raising his shoulders. Some of you have not been to Niger. If you have been to Niger, you will know that this is the highest disgrace of all time. If Niger could be the ones deporting Nigerians, Niger deport 800 Nigerians, 800 Nigerian migrants deported to Kano, Lagos, Enugu, and others. You can imagine. This is the same Niger. The same Niger you build a railway to them. You build a railway. The railway you don't have in Nigeria. The railway they could not build to southeast. The railway you cannot extend to southeast. Not even to their so-called Nigeria. They couldn't even extend the railway there. This place they get the wealth to. The place where the wealth is coming from, they couldn't extend it, but they took the railway. And the funniest thing that the person that took the railway there was somebody again from a Biafra land, brought me and took railway all the way from Abuja to Niger. And I was asking, of what economic importance is that railway? Of what economic gain is a railway from Niger to Abuja? It is only to import terrorists, nothing else. Nothing else. That's what you gain from Niger. Today, they are deporting Nigerians. 800 Nigerians deported from Niger. What a shame. What a shame. And people are still raising their shoulder. Oh, I'm a Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian. A disgraced country. You know, when Trump uses his language, some of you will think it's out of hate. It is not out of hate. Everything that Trump said is not out of hate. It is a fact. Just like when he called them shithole. Are they not shithole? At the end of the day, people realize that shithole. Today, disgraced country. Look at Nigeria and tell yourself the truth. Is it not a disgraced country? Look at it. This one says Canada introduces tough immigration asylum rules affecting Nigeria, other migrants. Canada, they don't make their immigration asylum rules tougher. That is it. Court bans Turaki-led PDP faction from accessing party secretariat in Abuja. Bunch of idiots. That's what they do. Ex-Governor Kwankwaso finally joined ADC ahead of 2027 election. That's it. Nonsense people. Confucianists and divisive people that don't have any meaning. Nigerian law school students decry non-validation of 464,000 fees, demands urgent intervention. Nigeria, problem everywhere. Air Canada CEO Rose to retire after fatal airport crash. Language controversy. AAC party condemned Plateau killing. Call for urgent national action on insecurity. You only make statements every time there's killing. national action. Every time there is a statement, they will not do anything. The drug baron doesn't care. His focus is to remain your president, whether you like it or not. Tinubu appoints Ibrahim Ida as chairman of Corporate Affairs Commission. Names 7 commissioners. Mad people everywhere. APC crisis deepened in Kwara as hoodlums attack ex-chairman's house amid looming mass defection. Mad people. Court jailed man in Lagos for 30 years over $65,500, $36,020 fraud. Mad people. Killings. Nigerian government is complicit for exalting repentant Boko Haram into army police. Of course, they are. We know that they are complicit. We have been saying it not before now. Even Mazin Nandekano before his arrest have been shouting it. Mazin Samuel added his voice. We have all been shouting about this on the media, but nobody's paying attention. Finally, it's getting done on everybody. It is getting done on everybody at last. Tinubu at 74 should lead people through change and step into impactful leadership by bio. Talk rubbish. Talk, no action. Former Suriname President Chandri Kapuzad Santoki dies years after leaving office. Nigerian troops arrest 2 suspected Boko Haram logistics suppliers in Borno. Nonsense. Yes, you're arresting logistics supplier. Nonsense. Just when they feel like the people are not hearing anything, they will look for one news and bring. You are arresting logistics supplier. Israeli parliament passes death penalty law for Palestinian in military court. "73 persons killed, 25 wounded in South Sudan coal mine attack." NIS begins nationwide sensation on national migration policy. Mad people. Ondo Governor Ayode Tiwa sack all special assistants to appoint 1,000 new aides. You sack all the aid, one upon new ones. They don't bust them. You get the smell. Kogi students, Okum Voice, jailed over Facebook posts exposing unpaid salary of workers. You can imagine. Simply because you expose a fraud or you expose irregularity, you expose something that is not supposed to be happening, you go to jail. That is Nigeria for you. Look at the students. Simply because he exposed an atrocity, unpaid salaries, that is why he's jailed. Only in Nigeria. 40-year-old boy arrested while attempting to sneak beneath aircraft at Lagos airport. 40-year-old boy. The one enters through. No Igbo king installed in South Africa. Nigeria High Commission postponed coronation amid rising tension. All these people talking about kingship in TV. Some of these Igbo people say, I don't know what is wrong with them. At this time, when we are speaking about something that is very important, what bothers is you go and coronate yourself as a king. You want to go and make yourself a king in another land. Why not you come and chase being a king in your own land? What is driving you away from your own land? At a very difficult time when your people are dying at home, the only thing that bothers you is to go in a foreign land and become a king. King of who? And you get there now, you create problem for other innocent people that are there. You create problem, you create tension for other innocent people simply because of one useless title that I don't know what you want to do with it. Even when you know that Igbos don't have king, we don't have king. Our king is Chukwu Gabiam. God is our king. We don't have him. Still, every idiot will be going there to take a crown. Nonsense. Ozoro Rape Festival, Fumi Falana led group demands national ban on illegal traditional curfew. Mad people. Time for Tinubu to resign. His government waits for tragedy before taking action. They only talk when I go talk. Now today he stands. You want him to resign? He can't just, he will not. For you speaking about it now, you are just waking up. Time for Tinubu to resign. Resign what? When the British have just endorsed him for 2027. Nonsense. Nigeria remain unprotected. Take action or step aside. Senator Natasha slammed Defense Minister Musa. He would not do anything. He didn't do anything when he was in uniform. Is it now that he's a political appointee that you do something? Musa did not act when he was a full military man in a full regard. Is it now that he's just an appointee, a political appointee? You didn't see him in the APC, whatever. No. Is it now that he's going to work? You can just talk. After talking, you sit down. Crisis brew in Lagos. APC as Surulere can decree subtle exclusion of Christians. They never see anything. This Islamization is starting from Lagos endorsed it. They started it. Lagos endorsed it. Is it not your Lagos man that started the Muslim ticket? So when you see that they exclude Christians in this in Lagos, you think it's a joke. And when you ask them, they will tell you that his wife is a Christian. Nonsense. Nonsense. Bunch of idiots. NYSC officials to remain in custody as court orders 60 days remand over female corps member deaths. Zoological Republic. Kwara community deserted as terrorists abduct monarch again. Hi, Chineke mere whatever. Mazin Nande cannot warn these people that this lion you are feeding is going to come back to eat you. This python you are feeding is going to come back to swallow you. Is it not happening? Is it not happening? And where is Igbowo? Igbowo is campaigning for Tinubu. Igbowo is campaigning for Tinubu. Para community deserted as terrorists abduct monarch, church worshippers amid government neglect. Yeah. Now Yoruba man be president too. This one that happened for Yoruba land though. So some of you, when they think say that Igbo president will save you, sorry. Igbo president will be the beginning of your sorrow. Igbo president will be the beginning of your sorrow. Some of you, when they talk about Igbo, you are dreaming for Igbo president. Pray it doesn't happen. Pray very hard. It will be the beginning of your sorrow. This entrance where they know the gain for Biafra land. When P2B enter there, you will see that the terrorists will have a base in Biafra land. Mad people everywhere. Iran strikes $200 million oil tanker on Dubai coast amid Trump's fresh threat. Iran strikes $200 million oil tanker on Dubai coast amid Trump's fresh threat. Causing chaos everywhere. That is what that is their own strategy. Iran's strategy is to create as much problem and as much damage as they can. But do you think that will deter the US? That will even make Trump to fight more. It won't stop him. Bandit killed 3 residents, burn homes in night raid on Zamfara community every day. Every single day. This one 3 hours ago. Everything I'm reading here is latest news. This one no be say latest news is what I'm reading you here. What's happening in Plateau State is genocide. They don't agree. That is why the governor comes, even they don't do mass burial. A governor came, the only thing he said, don't do mass, and he came with armor tank or armor car. He came in armored vehicle. The chief security of a state is not even secure. That is how bad Nigeria is. The chief security of a state, called the governor, is not even secure. He has to come with armored vehicle. He has to come with armored vehicle. And that is bad. That speaks volume. In case you do not know, now you know. Now you know. What is happening in Plateau is genocide. Ex-lawmaker Dachon raises alarm over coordinated killing in Plateau State. Death toll rises to 27 in Plateau attack. But they were announcing 10. You go there, they announced, initially they were announcing 10. And even this one, they say it's more than 30. More than 30. There is even a video evidence. But this one here, they are writing, death toll rises to 27 in Plateau attack as residents recount assault by terrorists. This one says, Jos massacre was predicted, but Tinubu government focused on re-election. APC National Convention lawyer Abubakar. Of course, this is not the first time. Before these people attack, there will always be a warning. Before they attack, they will always bring warning. They have never attacked without warning. Each time they come for the attack, they will always warn. We have always seen one. This is not the first time, and will not be the last one. Who do you want demand DSS arrests? Look at this one. Who do you want demand DSS arrest probe of Sunday Igboho over alleged threats to political opposition? Sunday Igboho don't come back now. They threaten people. If you don't vote through, he go kidnap you. He has not his job right from time is threat, political talk. He has come back to his work. Who would arrest him? This one won't write which DSS under to arrest you. Yeah, a joker. Security situation in North has shown improvement. NGF says amid rising terrorist attack killing. God. This is how they deceive themselves. This is how they deceive themselves. Just yesterday here, Jos was burning. Kwara is burning. So many other places are burning in the north. And they tell you the security situation has shown improvement. Improve my food. This is how they deceive them because they like it. They strive in it. They grow in it. They groom it. So we don't expect them to say otherwise. Israel confirmed death of 3 soldiers in southern Lebanon. Ground combat. 3 soldiers of Israel gone in ground combat in Lebanon. Confirmed. Breaking. Catholic diocese in Ondo adjusts Easter Vigil to 5 p.m. amid fear of terror attack. You have to. You have to. Everybody must protect himself. Whatever you are celebrating now, you must be watchful. If you lose your guard, you lose your life. When democracy is prized out, monetization of politics as a tool of exclusion in Nigeria by Okechukwu Mango. This one, a grammar and they speak. Grammar. Ogunleye's trial, court adjourned alleged $6 billion Mambila fraud case as EFCC quizzes 3 former AGMs. See the amount where they mention for country. We person steal $6 billion. $6 billion. See the amount where they mention. The money we do if you finish for the entire life. $6 billion. I mean, what do they call? Where somebody thief. Where somebody thief, they carry and go court. they talk story. Before you know it now, they will sweep under the carpet. You will not hear it again. Suspend all social cultural activities. Nigeria High Commission warned citizens in South Africa amid rising tension. So if you're living in South Africa, you have to be watchful. You know South Africans and their xenophobia. They are not welcoming. They are not friendly with their fellow blacks. If you are a Biafran and living in South Africa, all this their nonsense coronation of king and all this nonsense gathering, avoid them for your own sake. Avoid them. U.S. congressman slammed New York Times over anti-Christian genocide report on Nigeria. And it is. You are trying, but you need to do more. Rally more. You need to do more. You need to do more. The genocide is increasing. And they are paying news time. They are paying this new time. They are the ones they are using. New York Times. They are using them. They have paid them. That $9 million that was being paid, $9 million could buy anything in the media in the US. It could buy anything. So New York Times have given them a portion where they push their propaganda. US congressman slammed New York Times over anti-Christian genocide report on Nigeria. That's what they paid them for. That is what the $9 million is doing. Panic as gunmen attack Ekiti State University students hostel in Edo Ekiti. In Edo Ekiti. That is it. Terrorism everywhere. UN Indonesia condemn heinous killings of peacekeepers in southern Lebanon. El-Rufai, there's plots to arrest my elder brother so that government can get me to negotiate. Now they see everything now. They don't release you, they will arrest your elder brother and then they go negotiate. Mad people everywhere. They disturb us with their nonsense. El-Rufai returned to Kaduna court for trial after mother's burial. They don't give you bail. They are going with convoy. Igbo Community Association condemn Ezigbo coronation in South Africa, demands arrest of diaspora impostors. Your own not a pass like that. This useless Ohanes and doing and down. The only thing, instead of you going on the ground now to make peace or go and find out, you are calling for arrest. You go there for your own angle. They call for arrest of somebody. Selling out your people is what you do very well. Bringing back your own child and beat him is something that you don't know how to do. Mad people. Igbo Community Association condemn Ezigbo coronation in South Africa. Demand arrest of diaspora impostor. In as much as I don't agree with all those their nonsense coronation they are doing abroad, but calling for the arrest of the person is another thing I don't also support. There are ways to go about these things and stop it and it ends. Mad people everywhere. Until we learn to protect our own and preserve ourselves, we will continue to suffer in the hand of these evil people. NBA condemn Palm Sunday's killing in Jos, demand urgent action to end insecurity. Tomorrow, another one will happen. You will still come out and you condemn and demand urgent action. Next tomorrow, another one will happen. You will come and condemn and demand urgent action. And it will continue to happen. It will continue to happen. You can never stop it. You can continue to pretend for all I care. Continue to pretend. The more you continue to pretend, the more it continues to happen. The more you pretend, the more you continue to happen. I appreciate every one of us that have been on this program today. I thank you all for being part of the program. We must continue to speak up. Please, if you have not yet liked the program, like the program and share it so that others can be able to get the program. It is important. We will continue to reach out to everybody that needs to be reached out to. No matter how difficult it is, our platform is under a serious attack. We are being blockaded and we are being shadow banned almost impossible for us to be viewed. So we will continue to do what we have to do until we break these barriers. We're going to break it no matter what happens. So continue to play your own role, do your own part, and I pray that Chukwu Okike will guard and protect every one of us. May Chukwu Okike guard and protect every one of us, be our friends, wherever we are, whatever we are doing. We pray that Chukwu Okike will be our guide and protector, and no weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our leader, Maazin Nandekama and Maazin Samanabra shall prosper. We will continue to propagate the gospel of Biafra. We will continue to give them a voice every day. And we will continue to demand for our self-determination until we are out of that contraction. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, see you again. Hopefully, towards the evening time, we will still come back and we will continue on our message. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect every one of you. Thank you so much and stay blessed.
The very coolest one we're going
If you have not shared the program, like and share it. And also join us in the evening if you are free. If you have time, join us.
I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by
My brother Gerard, thank you so much, Gerard. You're always here. Gerard, thank you. Uza, thank you. Ekene, thank you for joining. Jehovah, Uchonyende, thank you, thank you, thank you. See you again in the evening. Stay blessed. Thank you.